We saw a car that ran outside the top 20 for the first half of the race, turn that into a top 5 finish. Let's dive into what the 47's day looked like. Pretty much outside the top 20 first half of the race. Pretty interesting couple of points here.
Yeah, right here at the end of stage 1, they find themselves in a spot where the options that they have left completely change. They have a bad stop there under that pit stop cycle.
Slow stop ended up being, I think it was really 17 seconds or something in that range. Right front here. Doesn't get tight when they drop the jack, have to go back.
Yeah, get hung up on the right front. Got to take the time to go back up, get that nut back off, get it re-indexed, and then tighten it up. So this puts them at the back of the field. So now the calculus has completely changed for Mike Kelly and the team. They now no longer have any track position to protect. They're stuck at the back of the field. So what can they do to give themselves an advantage, to give them more options the rest of the field doesn't have?
They came back to pit road, topped off at lap 83, and then again at lap 85.
Interesting part about that is that was still a little too early for anybody to make it, but they knew if they got more fuel in their car, they would have more options that other people wouldn't have, and they really had nothing to lose for it. They were still kind of stuck back there, coming down pit road, with only losing a couple spots on the restart. So it was a great trade-off. A lot of upside, no real downside for taking that time.
And that turned into a run, a really gutsy call, I felt like. We watch it from here, and there's not but one caution that lies in this piece.
One of the things that they did that really changed the complexion of the race for a lot of guys is when they made that stay-out call, that kept so many guys from waving around.
There are people that think that they did it to trap people. They didn't.
No.
Mike did it to score stage points.
100%. But the decision that they make there, I find that to be incredibly gutsy for a couple of reasons. One, the fuel piece of it is part of it, which as we talked earlier, they set themselves up for that, to have more fuel in the car. So they were prepared to take that gamble. But the other piece is that the tires were a big issue for all of us. There were a lot of right front cords. So keeping Ricky out there for the next 20, 30 laps that they were going to have to do after the caution was not a no-brainer. You know, the fuel was one part of it, but they knew they had to have the right front tire stay underneath them. And ultimately it worked out.
Ultimately didn't quite score stage points, as I said, but put themselves in a top 15 position. That sets them up for a long stop at the end of stage 2. You brought it up. They're out of gas, right?
Yeah, got to get it full. You know, they've run every little drop of fuel out of that tank, so they got to wait on fuel a little extra time. Can't quite make it to the end from here, but you still need enough gas in the tank that you don't have to lengthen that last stop that you're going to make.
You want to get to the point where you're equal with your competitors at that point. They took the time, lost a little position here. Wasn't the last call for the day that Mike Kelly was aggressive with. Got that final caution. When we look at this one here, what do you do here?
So looking at the earlier parts of the race, you had quite a few guys that had done a really good job restarting on 2 tires. So that's a good opportunity, a good option for them. They've just set themselves up by making sure they had it full, so they don't have to worry about having an extended stop to make sure they get enough fuel in it to make it to the end. So they have that opportunity. They just had taken the time to get it full again, and so they take the chance to do right side tires.
Yeah, right side tires, as we see here, clean right side stop. Gets them to the point where I think they restart in the top 5 after this.
Yeah, got a ton of track position out of that, and we're able to maintain and hold it.